friends, welcome to all. Myself Vishal Jogidas. Today we will discuss about Tube and Fortescue method for high voltage measurement and generating voltmeter for measurement of high voltage. These topics are covered in the high voltage engineering. First, we will see Tube and Fortescue method for high voltage AC measurement. See, this method is only used for high voltage AC measurement. It is a simple and accurate method for the peak measurement. Keep in mind this thing, it is used only peak voltage. It can be defined as peak voltmeter method, and it is suggested by Tube and Fortescue in 1913. Peak value of instrument is required for high voltage measurement. Peak value of an AC waveform is more important. When the waveform is not sinusoidal, RMS value of the voltage multiplied by square root of 2 is not correct. See, generally we are finding peak value by using a formula. Peak value is equal to root 2 into RMS value, but it is only applicable for pure sine wave. If the waveform is not sinusoidal, then this method was incorrect. So hence a separate peak value instrument is desirable in high voltage applications. Now this is the peak voltmeter with a series capacitor, and this is the setup of this method. Here we can see protective device, two diodes are there, D1 and D2. I is the indicating meter, and here is the capacitor. And in the second image we can see waveforms of V and IC, means charging current. Capital T is a period. So this is the complete setup for this method, and it is suggested by Tube and Fortescue. The displacement current IC in figure is given by the rate of change of charge, and hence the voltage V of t to be measured flows through the high voltage capacitor C and is subdivided into positive and negative component by the back-to-back connected diodes. In figure we have seen that here we can see the diode connection are back to back. These diodes are not in parallel, but we can say it is in a back to back because cathode of one diode is connected to the anode of other diode and vice versa. So this is the back to back connected diode. Now the voltage drop across these diodes can be neglected. It is 1 volt for silicon diodes as compared with the voltage to be measured. The measuring instrument, generally moving coil ammeter, is included in one of the branches. The ammeter reads the mean value of the current. When a capacitor is connected to a sinusoidal voltage source, the charging current is generated. The meter reading is proportional to the peak value of the VM. So reading of the moving coil meter will be proportional to the peak value of the voltage. So by this method we can measure peak value. Here is the formula. I is equal to 1 upon t integral t1 to t2 c dv by dt. By putting the values we can find that Vm is equal to I upon 2fc, where I is the DC current read by the meter, and C is the capacitance of the capacitor. This method is known as the Tube Fortescue method for peak voltage measurement. So this is very simple method for peak voltage measurement. Now we will start with generating voltmeter. What is generating voltmeter? A generating voltmeter is a variable capacitor electrostatic voltage generator which generates current proportional to the applied external voltage. The device is driven by an external synchronous or constant speed motor and does not absorb power or energy from the voltage measuring source. It means there is no loading effect. We can say it is the advantage also. Generally, voltmeter can measure loss-free AC voltage. Generating voltmeters are high impedance devices, no direct connection to the high voltage. It is also advantage. Now construction. Here we can see schematic diagram of the generating voltmeter which employs rotating vanes for variation of capacitor. See these are the vanes D3, D0, D1 and D2, and cross section is also given here D3, D0, D1, D2. Here we can see in a D0 there are shaded area, and in D1 also there is shaded area. So by this vane we can vary the capacitance. High voltage electrode is connected to a disc D3. It means this disc of the left hand side, which is kept at a fixed distance on the axis of the other low voltage electrodes D2, D1 and D0. So the distance is kept at a fixed value. The rotor D0 is driven at a suitable constant speed by synchronous motor. Here we can see synchronous motor, and we know that synchronous motor is generally constant speed motor. So rotor D0 is driven by this synchronous motor because shaft is directly connected with synchronous motor. Rotor vanes of D0 cause periodic change in capacitance between the insulated disc D2 and the high voltage electrode D3. So we can see here there is a variable capacitance is generated due to these vanes. Number of shape of vanes are so designed that a suitable variation of capacitance is achieved. See, these are the number of variation because we can see D0 is different and D1 has a different area. So by combination of this variation we can vary the capacitance as per our requirement. The AC current is rectified and is measured using moving coil meters. Here is a meter, and it is moving coil type ammeters. If the current is small, an amplifier may be used before the current is measured. So if the current is very small, then we have to use amplifier for magnifying the current. Generating voltmeters are linear scale instruments and applicable over a wide range of voltages. The sensitivity can be increased by increasing the area of the pickup electrode and by using amplifier circuits. So by using these we can increase the sensitivity of this instrument. Now, principle of operation. We have charge stored in the capacitor, and we know the well-known formula, charge Q is equal to C into V. If the capacitance of the capacitor varies with time when connected to the source voltage V, the current through the capacitor is given by I is equal to dq upon dt. It is also well known formula. Now we have to derivate this C into V. So by applying the multiplication rule of differentiation, we can find v into dc by dt plus C into dv by dt. Now for DC voltages, dv by dt is equal to 0. Why dv by dt is equal to 0 for DC? We know that DC is a constant voltage. It may be positive or negative constant voltage. So in a constant voltage, the variation is 0. It means dv by dt is 0 for DC voltages. So by putting the value of dv by dt to the above equation, we get I is equal to v dc by dt. If the capacitance C varies between the limits C0 and C0 plus Cm sinusoidally, then C is equal to C0 plus Cm sin omega t, and the current is I is equal to Im cos omega t, where Im is equal to V Cm into omega. Im is the peak value of the current. The RMS value of the current is given by I RMS is equal to V into Cm into omega upon root 2. So this way we can find RMS value of current. For a constant angular frequency, the current is proportional to the applied voltage V. We have seen in the above equation. More often, the generated current is rectified and measured by a moving coil meter. Generating voltmeter can be used for AC voltage measurements, also provided the angular frequency is same or equal to half that of the supply frequency. So this way we can measure voltages. Now, advantages of generating voltmeters. First advantage is no source loading by the meter. So this is the advantage. We have also mentioned earlier. Second one is no direct connection to high voltage electrodes. It is also advantage because no need of isolation or protection of devices. Scale is linear and extension of range is easy. Scale is linear, so we can apply for mathematical formulas for these calculations, and extension of range is easy. It means any time we can extend the range of this instrument as per our requirement. So it is an advantage. Then a very convenient instrument for electrostatic devices such as Van de Graaff generator and particle accelerators. So it is very convenient instrument for electrostatic devices. These two devices name given is electrostatic devices. So it is very convenient for this. So it is also advantage. Now limitations of generating voltmeters. First one is they require calibration. So at the different times we have to do the calibration. Careful construction is needed and is a cumbersome instrument requiring an auxiliary drive. So in construction we have seen that there is a synchronous motor is there. So this is known as auxiliary drive. Means auxiliary motor is needed for this instrument to operate. So we can see this is a limitation. Then disturbance in position and mounting of the electrodes make the calibration invalid. It means if the position is changed of this instrument, then also calibration will be invalid and we have to do recalibration. And if the mounting of this meter is also changed, then also we have to recalibrate this. So this is, we can say, the limitation of generating voltmeter. Thank you.